Welcome back to another edition of the Parkside Preview. Here with the head coach of the Parkside men's basketball team, Luke Reigel. Coach, thanks for joining me here once again on the Parkside Preview. And what a week you had just a week ago at the Maryville Thanksgiving Classic. You collected win number 300 in your career, a huge milestone for you and this program. What do those words mean to you?
There's a lot of thoughts that go through your head. One is, getting old. Been here a while and made it through the ups and downs. But no, honestly, the two things that come to mind, one are all the people that have been a part of it. You don't get to 300 wins without a lot of great players and players that were committed to, our program and our vision and what it was all about. You don't want to name names because there's so many to throw out there. But I think about the guys that were here at the beginning. And, they went through some really tough times. The facilities were nothing like they are now. They really had to battle to turn the culture around and turn this into a winning program. So appreciate them. And then all the guys throughout the years that, whether they played 30 minutes a game or 5 minutes a game or not at all, that have really bought into just what we're all about, and it's made the journey fun for me. I've always enjoyed going into practice and being a part of that. The wins come because you have great players, and again, you have great people around you. I mentioned that I threw it out on a tweet, and 140 characters doesn't do it justice, but all the assistant coaches from the very beginning. That we only had one paid assistant, so you're fortunate to have guys that came in for little money and worked hard for us. But all the volunteers throughout the years, and I've been very fortunate to have people like that around us, and student managers, athletic trainers, obviously administrators that have had our back throughout the process. So it's been great, and it was really special. A lot of people that reached out during the bus ride home from Maryville, and I know I don't have Facebook, but I heard a lot of people were on Facebook mentioning things, and I just appreciate that. And after the season, I'm sure I'll take a step back and really think about it a little bit more.
Yeah, Coach, once again, congratulations, a big milestone. But, within that game was a big breakout performance for one of your stars on the team, Colin O'Rourke. He had a season-high 23 points. And for a player who did struggle shooting from the field early on in those first 5 games, how important is it for this team when Colin is at his highest peak?
Well, there's an adjustment for Colin this year, too. He's playing a lot more power forward than center, and it doesn't sound like a big difference, but there's, different places he's getting shots from. He's obviously at the top of the scouting report. Teams are really worried about him. And here's the thing, and this is what is the challenge for every player, whether they're in their 4th year or a freshman. Every single player has a shooting slump at some point. It just sticks out a whole lot more when it's at the beginning of the year. Everybody's going to have a stretch where they have 3 or 4 games where they just don't shoot it well, and if it's in the middle of the year, it doesn't stand out. When it's at the beginning, I'm a big baseball fan. I compare it to guys that get off to a slow start in baseball, right? And they're hitting under 200 and it weighs on them. It's the same thing in basketball. Like, okay, you have a game or, 3-4 games where you struggle early. That doesn't mean you're going to struggle the whole year. And Colin has been through it. He's had, outstanding career for us. So I wasn't really worried about that part of his game. I was happy to see him scoring inside. That's something that's important to us, is his ability to get to the rim and force teams to double team and do those type of things. So, he's a big part of our success, and he will be going forward.
Coach, for this team, we talked about such a tough non-conference schedule, and there's still plenty more for this non-conference schedule. But through these 6 games, you're 3-3 against 6 good teams. How has this helped prepare you for the road ahead in this tough GLIAC? You know the GLIAC better than anyone. It's a tough conference to play in.
There's definitely not an ideal situation playing 4 games in 6 days. But teams just don't want to come up here and play us. We have a tough time with scheduling, so you have to take what you can get. And so we knew it was going to be difficult. I'd love to be sitting at 4-2 or 5-1, but those tough losses have made us better. And we have a good Benedictine team coming in tomorrow, but our focus is always getting ready for GLIAC. And, we start off with 2 teams that are off to great starts in Lake State and Ferris, but we'll focus on Benedictine and try to get ready for conference starting Sunday. But overall, I think our new players have gotten some very good experience. We've had a chance to break down a lot of film with them, get them better. And then our returning guys just stepping into new roles, whether it's Josiah, Nick, Colin, they're jumping into even bigger roles than they were in last year. And I think those non-conference games are important to get your, routine and mindset ready for the conference, which is always our number one priority.
Coach, before I let you go, rumors are going around that people are calling you Mr. 300. Am I allowed to call you that? I don't know if you like that. No?
No, we'll pass on that one.
Okay. Coach, once again, congratulations on the win.